Hot wife sexting again, me 32. Wife 28. Arranged marriage India. I am 32, wife 28. We have been married for almost 5 years. 2 years ago caught her sexting video calls, pictures, gifs with random guys from internet. That lasted for 6 months, June 2020 to December 2020, and she stopped it after getting caught. She told me it will not happen again and gave me the password to her phone. So I add my facial id to her phone at that time, which she didn't know. She was diagnosed with personality disorder March 2021. Started medications, and she has been doing very well, much better than even the start of marriage. She is a stay-at-home wife. I have a business. Most of the problems in the marriage were due to her disorder and have now been sorted. On 25 October I had a suspicion that she was hiding something in her phone. With the facial id, I unlocked her phone. Using screen time and power consumption, I found out she was using the apps again, but deleting the apps and clearing chats. So I had to gain access to her Google Chat, which I have installed on my phone now to screenshot and screen record her chats. She was doing same sext with random guys from internet, including video calls, pictures and dirty talk. I have evidence from 2020 and now. Screenshots and screen recordings. We have tried having sex 3-4 times in the past 2 years. She keeps on saying it's painful and I keep asking her what she wants to do. But there is never an answer. She keeps saying she wants to have kids as soon as her psychiatrist permits her. I believe the doctor would allow her now as her medications have reduced. And she is doing well. Please advise, what should I do? Divorce her, she is not happy with the arrangement. Leave. You attributed it to her disorder, but maybe she's just a cheater. Definitely do not bring kids into this. It'll just make leaving so much harder and always give her leverage over you, especially if she decides to go nuclear. She's rather cheat and sext others than fix the dead bedroom with you. You can do better than this. Don't waste 5 more years. My ex also said sex was too painful. I ended up catching her in the house with another guy. Guess it wasn't painful after all. Update to caught wife sexting again. I talked with her today and asked her what she was up to on her phone, and she told me that she was only doing Insta, FB, YouTube and games. And then slowly I pressured her that I know everything and I can recover any deleted data from any app. Then she started accepting that she was sexting again and I didn't have to show her any evidence that I have. She said she is sorry and it won't happen again, and I told her I am not buying that and somebody in the family needs to be told about what is happening, and she has been acting all sorry, it won't happen again, and acting like a child that it was a mistake. She admitted that she has been doing it for the past 6 months. And there were 30-40 guys and she blocked them as soon as she was bored. She also accepted that she was doing such things 6 years ago before marriage. She lived in another country at that time. 6 years ago, there were 4 online guys, out of which 2 friends with whom she had met and 2 with whom she was sexting. Later she also admitted that she was doing it in 2020, also for about 5-6 months. Nothing is emotional and it's just for time pass and fun. I will be slowly discussing things day by day and getting more out of her. We'll post an update next week. She continues to break boundaries. What more do you need to get out of her? Aren't you satisfied? I know the peanut gallery here is satisfied. Be done. Get therapy. Have a different but happy life. Without Cheatatron 2000. Seriously. We heard what we needed. Slams gavel, by the power vested in me, by me. Go forth and be single. The only person you need to discuss things with is a divorce lawyer. I ended up the bad guy, my story keeps getting worse for me. 4 weeks ago, GF 31 of 4 years who lived with me went missing on a weeknight and wasn't answering several calls. I decided to go check out her abandoned grandma's house, where I found her car. I walked in the door. I've been welcomed to this house before and found her and naked male co-worker in the act. A fight broke out is all I can say. Both her and him injured. She wasn't a target but in the way. I've posted this story earlier and its main topic was more so how me and her have communicated twice since this incident, and she has denied what I've seen and accused me of being delusional. You guys have helped me with your replies, realizing how crazy she is. Unfortunately, just yesterday the local paper decided to blast the incident with my mugshot and go into depth on how what I thought was my live-in girlfriend of 4 years actually lived at her grandma's house with a male co-worker, and I entered the home and punched them both repeatedly after seeing them watch a movie. The article goes on to apparently quote me on things like, what would you do if you walked in on a guy fucking your girl? The real setback was unfortunately seeing the article on social media and seeing comments on me being a douchebag and how shitty I look in my mugshot. I'm at a loss for words here, struck with some of the worst luck ever, it feels like. Seeing your lover best friend cheat in the act, told you didn't see anything, arrested, and now publicly shamed. Also, I still have court next week. I understand where I guess I messed up, but it happened. Lawyer up and demand a retraction or you will sue for libel. It is a shame your phone wasn't recording when you walked in. I'm sorry this is happening to you op. You need a lawyer. Best friend FWB doesn't want me to date, cheats on her boyfriend with me. I have been friends with a girl who considers me her best friend. We have sex sometimes, when we feel like. Now she's dating another guy who's a good friend of mine. She wants me to continue our friendship same as we have including sex as we have. But she wants to date him. I did say that I can't cheat my friend, but she's insisting on having such a relationship with me. Also, she doesn't want me to date anyone else because we might stop talking to each other. I know this is wrong, but I would like to know what you guys think about this whole situation. Tell her to F off, you will date whoever you want, and you are also going to tell your friend you and her have hooked up. Then do exactly what you say are going to do. Now the only thing I would say is if you actually want to date her exclusively and she does also, then I would add that, but if not, move in from her. She is nothing but a drag on you. She's spoiled, entitled, and selfish. My husband cheated more than 10 times and with both sexes, what should I say or do? I'm so lost and hurt and don't know what to do. Worst part is he cheated on me while I was pregnant and when our child was at home and he was supposed to be watching her. He blames his childhood trauma and lust, strong urges of sex masturbating to Pornhub. Probably everything. I'm so hurt. I tried to understand, I tried to make us work, but it's too much to bear. I had only caught his affair once and confronted him and I thought we had a heart-to-heart and it was done, but no, he confessed the affair kept going when I wasn't home many times. Now he says he finally figured out what's wrong with him and has found God, but I'm too damaged to allow him back in. I can't leave because I stupidly did everything and gave everything for him to grow and have a house together, but under his name for us. I don't even have a job. I truly hope you understand that if you stay it won't deter him from continuing to cheat. Your focus should be solely on yourself and your child. A broken home is a trauma pit. Choose a better life. And by all means, discontinue to have sex with him and get tested immediately. I made a post here about my partner getting a massage at an Asian Massage Parlor. This particular one could be found on Rub Maps. If you don't know what that is, it is a website specifically for happy ending and whatever else places. Please keep in mind, if you are new to this reality and curious, like me, I found out that some of these establishments may have ties to human trafficking. Just be careful. I point this out because a lot of the attention went to normalizing non-sexual massages for males and about professional trained massage places, so I felt I needed to clarify. This is different. Maybe it was the fact I put quotes around the word spa because many of these places have generic names that include spa. I'm sure they don't always give sexual massages, but I like what that one person said about fish at a steakhouse. Also, he left in a fit of drunken rage amidst intimacy issues, blame it on the alcohol. Anyway, things are still the same for me. I feel good despite still feeling confused. I've encouraged him to get regular massages, non-sexual, but he refuses. Says he doesn't need them. I try to talk more about his needs, but it's not easy, he doesn't seem to enjoy talking about it. I move on. Our lack of intimacy has been lonely. I would bet him, too. This massage business has me thinking so different, though. I want to move forward together, but it's awkward. I pretend I'm fine like everyone else does. I have no support, or else I wouldn't be here. Anyway, he is still not drinking. It's a really good thing. I feel like the first half is an ad for Rubmaps. My partner into trans porn and swingers websites. I, 28F, have come across my partner, 31M, looking at porn websites, which is completely acceptable, but it's transvestites. Like how do I begin to even try and accept that being a female, and if this is something he is into like a fantasy, how I can actually fulfill it for him. I had found on his search history a swingers website in which he was chatting to at least 2 TV people, male opposing to be female, and on his account liking photos of both TV and just women's pictures. Having a subscription to the website alone is soul destroying for me, and for him to do this behind my back is another issue. But talking to these people and adding them on Snapchat, which I never knew he had, and adding more well-known transvestites onto his Snapchat, and I have no idea where he got the usernames from, and he hasn't answered me on this. I did pull him up on all this and he was mortified, and all he could say is basically it was a wind-up and that to wind these people up is to know what they like and that is the reason as to why he's on the porn websites and has sworn he would never ever go meet anybody else. It just doesn't sit right with me and I have tried speaking to him about it calmly to say if it's a fantasy or if he's curious or something, then at that point I may have come to terms with it and maybe I would begin to accept it. Any thoughts? The porn thing is normal, sometimes I go down rabbit holes and find weird shit and watch it just cause I'm curious. But the swinger sites and talking to men is different, cause what is he looking for on there than to add them on Snapchat, and you didn't even he had Snapchat, but to talk to people, makes me think he wants to cheat or has cheated with a man or tranny. I would be worried if you were his beard and he's undercover or something, to be honest. Oh, this video has come to an end. If you want more such cool stories, then go to one of the many following videos.